Okay, hi, this is GP here. Let's solve the DILR section. But before I start solving, we'll quickly go through the data sets, identify the sets which should or should not be attempted, and why. So let's look at the first set of data. 10 objects O1 to O10 distributed among, 4 people, A, B, C, D, E, 5 people other. Each item went exactly to one person. Each person got exactly 2 items, and this pair of objects is called his or her bundle. The following table shows how each person values each object. Okay, the value of the bundle is the sum of the person's values of the objects in the bundle. A person X envies another person Y if X values bundle Y's bundle more than X's own bundle. Okay, then there's an example, and then we have some 6 statements to us. Now, what will this data expect us to do? It will want us to assign different objects to different people. Okay, so obviously there are 10 objects and 5 people, so 2 objects will go to each, and that which is what the question is saying. A pair of objects is called his or her bundle. Now, what will this mean? This is likely to mean some kind of let's say case making. Multiple cases are possible, and this is a kind of data set where in the biggest issue is that when you're taking this paper, this CAT section, you will have to transmit this data completely onto your rough sheet. And remember, CAT gives you a notepad. The notepad means that it is going to be a little cramped. So I'm not happy with this kind of a data set in CAT, which forces me to transmit lot of data from the screen to the notepad. So I'm a little negative with this because of the size of the data. Okay. Now, when I go to the questions tell me there are multiple cases which are possible. While this is a definite answer, a definite answer, a definite answer, what best can be said? Similarly, if you look at definite answer, what best can be said? So there are at least 2 questions where there is a multiple cases possible. Here, even without multiple cases, my biggest issue is transferring this table to my rough sheet is going to be time consuming, and I'll need to be extremely careful. Secondly, when you transfer this data to your rough sheet, please do it very, very neatly. Make a big table to the extent possible. Okay. And but as I said, to me, this is not something I'm very, very positive about, primarily because of the amount of data. Okay. Second set of data. Okay. Graph, bar chart. Okay. So I don't need to worry too much about this. It's a first class, second class, third class, or sorry, standard class, and then some items written here. This is not important. Let's go straight to the paragraph which is given. The different bars in the diagram above provide information about different orders in different categories, okay, that were booked in the first 2 weeks of September of a store for one client. The color and pattern of the bar denotes the ship mode: first class, second class, standard class. The left point of the bar indicates the booking day of the order. Left end of the point of the bar, booking day of the order, while the right end point indicates the dispatch day of the order. The difference between dispatch day and booking day in terms of number of days is called processing time of the order. So if I just go back, this is 1st September, and this is going to be 3rd September. So the processing time here is 2 days. No problem in understanding. No 2 consecutive orders, okay, for the same category. An order is considered for booking only after the previous order of the same category is dispatched. No 2 consecutive orders of the same category have identical ship mode during the period. Now, this particular graph is very easy to understand. For each of these categories which are there are multiple shipments. So, booking, dispatch. Obviously, this is a second order booking, second order dispatch, and so on. So, easy. This kind of data could have question of averages and so on and so forth, or average number of days, or which one has a higher or lower kind of thing. Okay, so it should not be too difficult. Okay, now do we need to go through this? I would not be too worried about it because I have understood the graph. Quick look at the questions. Definite answers in each one of them. So no issues at all. This is a data set which I would love to do. Okay, which I would love to do when I look. Even if you glance through the question, how many days between 1 and 17 there was no booking? Obviously, this means I can do it on the graph itself. Similarly, average processing time of all orders in the category which had only one type of shift mode, I can do it on the graph. So unlike the first set, this is a data set in which I can do the calculations. I can just look at the graph and do the calculation, other thing. In the first set, I'll need to copy that entire data set onto a sheet of paper, and which is going to be a little painful. So between set 1 and 2, even though set 1 has 6 questions, I am keen on the second set. So at this point of time, I will say set 2 followed by set 1. Next, Ravi works in an online food delivery company. After each delivery, customers rate Ravi on each of the 4 parameters: behavior, packing, hygiene, and timeliness on a scale of 1 to 9. If the total of 4 rating points is 25 or more, Ravi gets a bonus of ₹20 for that delivery. Additionally, a customer may or may not give Ravi a tip. The customer gives a tip. It is either 30 or 50. Okay. Now, even without going further, this is a data set which is your standard arrangement, points given, and totaling kind. So it's a kind of a DI and a LR combination. What will you need to do in this kind of a data set? You'll need to make a table about the person. Okay, and on the 4 parameters, points in each of the 4 parameters: parameter 1, parameter 2, parameter 3, parameter 4. Then whether the total obviously, and whether he gets a bonus or he gets a tip. So there's a kind of table I'll need to create. And in terms of number of statements, 6 statements usually are sufficient to solve the data sets. And it has got 6 questions. So again, I'm a little favorably inclined toward this set. A quick look at the questions. Definite answers in 2 of the 4 questions. What best can be completed? The complete list of who gave maximum rating points. Okay. So except for question 14, the other 3 questions are definite answers, and which means multiple cases are unlikely as far as is concerned. Okay. What about the remaining 2 questions? Definite answers. So definite answers in all in 5 out of 6 definitely doable. Standard, let's say DILR data set, I would want to do. So my order of preference now becomes set number 2 followed by 3 followed by 1. The last set of data. Game of Chango is a game where 2 people play against each other. One of them wins, other loses. That is, there are no draws. 12 players participated in the Chango championship. They were divided into 4 groups. Group A consists of 3 people. Group B again has 3. Group C has 3 people. Group D has 3 people. Players within each group, however, had a distinct rank going to the championship. Players have not been listed necessarily according to their ranks. In the group stage of the game, the second and the third ranked players play against each other. The winner of that game plays against the first ranked player of the group. The winner of the second game is considered the winner of the group and enters the semi-final. Winners from group A and B play against each other in one semi-final, C and D in another semi-final. Winners of the 2 semi-final play against each other in the final. Only 3 statements. This is a slight negative. I will need to obviously write down the 12 names. Now this is slightly different from the first data set where I needed to create that 10 into, what was it, 4 or 5? Yeah, 10 into 5 table. I needed to copy a 10 into 5 table in set number 1. However, in this set, I will need to just write down the names of these people, and then obviously this is one group, this is another group, this is another group, and then I will have to play around with them. Okay, the statements are very insufficient on the face of it, but the third statement tends to be lengthy, which means multiple pieces of information, so it might be okay also. Okay, and when you look at the questions, who among the following was definitely not ranked? Who won the championship? There cannot be determined. Okay, which of the following players have played against each other? Definite answer. Definite answer. So 3 out of 4 are definite answers, again like the other sets also. But this is a data set in which I would want to spend a couple of minutes and then decide, because my first thing would be, okay, I'll write down these names using these 3 statements, because the amount of data is not huge. So using these 3 statements in about 3 to 4 minutes, I will be able to very clearly say whether it is feasible for me to attempt or not. If not, I will leave it. If yes, I will go ahead with it. So right now I will say I will start with set number 2. Then I will go to set number 4. If I am able to solve this in 4 to 5 minutes, that means after 4 to 5 minutes I'm clear I can solve it, I will go ahead, otherwise leave it. And then go to set number 3. And then if I have time, I'll look at set number 1. So to me, this is the way this paper should have been attempted, and this is exactly the way I attempted in CAT 2021. Okay, this was my slot, and this is the way I attempted. So my sequence attempt was set number 2 followed by this particular set number 4, and then I went to set number 3. After which I did not have sufficient time to do set number 1, but 3 sets I felt was completely doable as far as this paper was concerned. Okay, let's look at this data set. Now this is just before I start. Now this is the kind of data set which is a little difficult to handle in the paper purely because of logistical issues. Now CAT gives you a small notepad in which creating a data table or copying a table like this becomes a little difficult. Okay. So that is a challenge which is there. Second thing, such data sets typically you'll find me using the choices and the questions to fill up the table. In such data sets, my target is to answer the question. In general, I will focus on answering the questions. To me, filling up the table is incidental, and many times I will look at using question and choices so that I don't have to fill up the table, but I'm able to get to the answers faster. And this is what you'll see in action in this particular data set also. So let's get down to it, to solving this data set. 10 objects O1 to O10 distributed between A, B, C, D, E. Each item went to exactly one person, and each person got exactly 2 items. So 10 items, each person getting 2 items, it balances. And this pair of objects is called his or her bundle. Following table shows how each person values each object. Okay, so we need not worry too much about the table. Let's continue. Value of the bundle of a person is the sum of that person's value of the objects in that bundle. A person X envies another person if Y values if X values Y's bundle more than X's own bundle. Now this is typically can be confusing, and whenever there is anything confusing, you will find CAT giving an example to justify. For example, hypothetically assume Amar's bundle consists of O1, O2. So Amar is these two. O1, O2 is Amar. Right? And Bharat's bundle consists of O3, O4. So Bharat has got O3, O4. Then Amar values his bundle at 4 plus 9, 13. So 4 plus 9, 13 is his own value. And he values Bharat's bundle as 12. So Amar does not envy Bharat. Why? Because Amar's bundle, he values his own bundle at 13 and Bharat's bundle at 12, so he does not envy. On the other hand, Bharat values his own bundle at 12. Bharat's value for his own bundle is 7 plus 5, 12, and his value for Amar's bundle is 14. Since his value of Amar's bundle is more than that of his own bundle, so it says Bharat envies Amar. Okay. Now I have understood the data. After that, it is going to be to identify which object goes to which person, and we need to create bundles. So obviously that will mean creating a table, copying a table like this so that you can, or even if not copying, at least creating a 10 by 5 table and start filling it up. I will typically copy, otherwise I'll have to keep going back and forth between the screen and the notepad. Such questions, again, data set, I said choices are important, and what I can see is definite choices in 3, 4. There are 2 choices where the choices are may or may not be definite. Question number 6 and question number 1. So I will be looking at the choices, questions which have definite choices, and where they are not definite choices, I'll look at eliminating choices. Okay. So let's get down to solving this data set. Statement 1. If someone's value for an object is 10, then she has received the object. So is there 10? Yes. That means this has to go to Bharat, and this is also 10, so this has to go to E. So that means this is ruled out. Okay, statement 1 done. Objects O1, O2, O3 were given to 3 different people. Objects O1, O8 were given to different people. 3 people value their bundle at 16. No one values his or her own bundle higher than 16. So the maximum value of any bundle is 16. Okay. Disha values her own bundle at an odd number. So Disha's value is a odd number. She values all other value their bundles at even number. Okay. No one values their own bundles at less than 16. Okay, so some people who value their own bundle at less than 16 envy some other people who value their own bundle at 16. No one else envies others. I'll come back to this. But let me look at the statement 4 first and 5. Disha is odd, all these remaining 4 have to be even. Out of them, we are told, out of the remaining 4, 3 people value their bundle at 16. Okay. Now let's go to the 2 ticks we have, which is for B and E. So B is 10. She cannot have an 8. 18 is not possible, maximum 16. 13 is not possible, which will make it odd. 15 odd, 15 odd, 17 odd, 19 odd, and more than 16. So the only, okay, sorry, this one also. So these are not possible for B. That means B has to, the only 2 possibilities are, in addition to object 9, we'll get object 7 also. Right? Similarly, if we look at E, E also has to be an even. Okay, so this means this is going to be a total of 16. Okay, so 10 plus 3, 13 is ruled out, 15 is ruled out, 16 is possible, 15 is ruled out, 19 not possible, 18 is more than 16, these 2 possible. So it is, so that means E will get either object 1 or object 5 in addition to object 10, which is already been allotted to her, which means it is going to be again 16 points. Now since D is an odd number, that means either A or C will be 16 and the other will be an even number less than 16. So between A and C, one has to be 16 and the other has to be an even number less than 16. Okay. Now quickly looking at the questions. What can be said about object 08? At present we don't know anything about object 08. Who envies we don't know. Amar's value for his own bundle we don't know. Object 04. 04 has not been given to B and E. Okay, so B and E can be removed from object 4. Object 5. Object 5 has not been given to B. Object 5 has not been, so doesn't help at all. Object 1 we don't have any information. So we don't have anything more at this point of time. We have done this, we know this is less than equal to 16 and this is also less than equal to 16. Okay. One of them is 16, the other is less. Okay. So we need to look at statement 6 now again. Some people who value their own bundle at less than 16 envy some other people who value their own bundle at 16. Some people who value their own bundle less than 16. So if A values his or her bundle less than 16, then he or she should be envying someone else. Let's check that out. Okay. So let us look at A. What is A's value for B's bundle? A values B's bundle at 8 plus 9, 17. So A's value for B's bundle, Amar's value for Bharat's bundle is 9 plus 8, 17. Okay. But his own value is going to be less than equal to 16. What this means is A envies B. Right? A envies B because A values B's bundle at 17 while his own value is going to be less than equal to 16. So A envies B, which means A has to be less than 16, not 16, and C will have to be 16. Okay. Because we need 3 16s. So C has to be 16 and A has to be less than 16. Okay. Now if C is 16, let's look at the combinations possible. Out of these, C can get only 1. Cannot get 6. 6 plus 12 is 16, not possible. 3 plus 13, not possible. 4 plus 12, not possible. So the only possibility is the C will definitely get 08 and 1 out of these 3. Why? Because remember between 01, 02, 03, a person get only 1. You cannot get more than 1. These 3 are given to 3 different people. So this is going to be here. And that means this goes to Charles. If this goes to Charles, this is ruled out. This is ruled out. Back to the questions. Okay. So who among the question number 2, how among the following envies someone else? We know Amar envies Bharat. What is Amar's value for his own bundle? Amar's value for his own bundle we still need to find out. We'll come to it. Object 04 was given to anything on 04. It is still between A and D. Has to be D. Object 04 can be given either to A or to D. Right? And if you look at the choices, among the choices, the only possibility for us is D. So, object 04 has to be given to D. If object 04 has to be given to D, I will want to put a tick out here. That means O4 goes to D. This is also crossed out. Okay. Now, if O4 has gone to D, okay, that means this sum has to be odd. So 5 plus 5, 10, not possible. 5 plus 3 is not possible, 8. It will be 5 plus 8, 13. Okay. So it is going to be 5 plus 8, 13. So the only possibility out here is 13. Okay. So the sum is 13 out here. Okay. Anything else? Okay, let me look at the remaining question. Amar's value, we'll come back to it. Object O5. Who got O5? Let's go up to the questions. It is either A or E. O5 is either A or E. O5 is either A or E. What can be said about object O1? O1 we still don't know. Okay. Okay, let's look at A again. Okay. A has to be an even number less than 16. If it has to be even number, that means either both of them will be odd or both will be even. So that means 4 is not possible because all the others are odd. Okay. Right, so let me just clear up some of these things so that it becomes easier for us to work. Okay. So what else do we have out here? 16. We need to find, if you look at the question, we need to find who got O8. O8, who got, have we found out? Oh yes, Charles got O8. Why did I miss that? Charles has got O8. O8 was given to Charles. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 3 questions done. Okay. Okay, what can be best said about distribution of O1? O1 given to Charles Disha, Elise, Charles. Okay, let's see. O1 can be given to, okay, one of them. Okay, so when you look at A, we need to find, among the question now we need to find A's value for his own bundle. We need to find O5 and O6 and O1. Okay. Okay, now let's look at E. Do we have anything? It can be either of them. We know this is going to be less than 16, so the only it can be 3. Oh, I missed this. This is 3. O6 goes here, so this is 3. So that means it can be 10 or 12. This is going to be either 10 or 12. This is done, so this goes to A. I hope I have not missed anything else. Okay. Okay. O5 is A and E. Let me just confirm once again. O5 is either A or E. Okay. Maybe that is where we need to focus a bit now. O1, O8. O1, O8 go to different people. O8 has gone to Charles. So O1 cannot go to Charles. So O1 does not go to Charles. O1 does not go to Charles. So that means O1 goes to Disha. Again, if you look at the question and the choices, we have been able to get the answer without solving the question. O1 cannot go to Charles, hence O1 goes to Disha. If O1 goes to Disha, here, that means O1 cannot go to E. That means E will get O5. And this is also not possible. So E will get O5. There is a question on O5. Okay. And what are we left with? One question. What is Amar's value of his own bundle? So what will be Amar's value for his own bundle? 3 plus one of these. 3 plus 9, 12. Okay. So Amar's value for his own bundle is 12. So if you notice this data set, I was able to solve fast because I used the question and the choices. Question 4, question 6. These are 2 questions which have been solved using the question and the choices. And this is an approach which is very, very useful for bigger size data sets because questions and choices will give you information which will help you fill up the table. Okay, question 7 to 10. Okay. Let's go through the data again. The different bars in the diagram above provide information about different orders in various categories that were booked in the first 2 weeks of September for store of one client. Okay. The color and pattern of the bar denotes the ship mode First indicates first class, second class, and standard class. The left hand point of the bar indicates the booking day of the order, while the right hand point indicates the dispatch day of the order. Difference between dispatch day and booking day measured in terms of number of days is called processing time. Okay. So processing time is dispatch day and booking day and dispatch day, the difference. Okay. So this is September 1, this is September 3. So the processing time for this particular order is 2 days. Similarly, booking time for this processing time for this particular order will be so many days. Okay. For example, there were only 2 orders. Okay, I'm sorry. For the same category, an order is considered for booking only after the previous order of the same category is dispatched. No 2 consecutive orders of the same category had identical ship mode during the period, which is this last part is visible from the graph itself. Okay, and which means this particular order, even if it has come earlier, it will be considered only after the first order has been dispatched or on the day of the dispatch of the first order. For example, there were only 2 orders in the furnishing category during the period. Where's furnishing category? And there is something which is specific about CAT. It gives you examples so that you can understand. Okay, let me just erase this stuff for where's furnishing. Yes, there were only 2 orders in the furnishing category during this period. The first one was shipped in the second class. It was booked on September 1 and dispatched on September 5. Second order was shipped on standard class. So this is first order and this is the second order. It was booked on September 5. So this is the September 1, September 5 and September 12. Okay. So the processing times were 4 and 7 days respectively for these orders. Okay. So easy to understand. Let's go straight to the questions. Okay. This kind of data, you don't copy the data because it is going to be practically impossible, and typically such data sets you should be able to pick out the relevant information from the graph and do the calculation. Keep noting down that data neatly. Okay. For question 7, for how many days between September 1 and 14, both inclusive, had no booking from this client considering the above category? So we are talking about 1st to September 14. On how many days there was no booking for this from this client? Okay, so you need to just go through it. September 1, there's an order booking. September 2, September 3, September 4, September 5, September 6, September 7, September 8, there's nothing. September 8, there's nothing. September 9, there's nothing. September 10, again nothing. 11, nothing. 12, nothing. September 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No booking on these days. What about September 13? There's a booking on September 13. What about 14? September 14, nothing. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 6 days. So it is going to be 6 days in the period from September 1 to 14 on 6 days. Which days? 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th and 14th. There was no booking from this client. Okay. Question 8. What is the average processing time of all orders in the categories which had only one type of ship mode? Only one type of ship mode. Let's see which are those. Yeah, one type of ship mode is not art. Yes, accessories and envelopes. How many? What is the processing time for accessories? From 1st September to 19th September, so 18 days out here. And for the envelopes, it is from 3rd September to 7th September, so 4 days out here. So 18 and 4, 22. So the average is going to be 22 by 2, which is equal to 11 days. Okay, the sequence of categories, art, binder, paper and phone in decreasing order of average processing time of the order for the period. I'll come back to this. Let me look at the 10th question first. Approximately what percentage of orders had a processing time of 1 day during the period September 1 to September 2? Processing time of 1 day, how many orders are there? Let's check out, and also how many total orders are there. Okay. And if you notice the choices, the numbers are not close, so I can even approximate if required, but I don't think that should be needed. So how many orders are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So there are total of 35 orders. So denominator obviously has to be 35. And how many of them have been processed only in one day? Let's just check out. One day, one. Okay. Then there's nothing, nothing, nothing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 7. I'll confirm once again, nothing out here. 2, okay, that's fine. 3, nothing else out here. Okay, yeah. So 7. So 7 by 35, 20%. Now let's look at this. Decreasing order of average processing time. Which ones? Art, binders, paper, and phones. Art, binder, paper, and phone. We need to find the average processing time. Art, how many orders are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 orders are there. So divide by 5. And how many days does it take to process all the orders from 1st September to 21 September? So 20 days. So the average processing time is going to be 4 days. What about binder? From 1st till 16th. So it is 16 by 1, 2, 3, 4. 16 by 4, which is 4. I hope I have got it right and not made a mistake. 21 minus 1, 20 is fine. 1. Oh, 1 minus 16 is 15 days. 15 by 4. So that will be 3.75. So let me just write that down neatly. Oops. Okay. Okay, so this was 20 by 5 is equal to 4 days, and this is 15 by 4, so 3.75 days. And the third one, paper, is 1 to 3 orders, so divided by 3, how many days? This is 2nd till 12, 10 by 3, so 3.33 days. And the phones are again from 2nd till 17, 17 minus 2, 15, 15 by 3, which is equal to 5. So phone is the highest, second highest is art. So phone and art. Phone is the highest, second highest is art. And third, binder and paper. I'll just confirm. Binder, yes, absolutely right. So simple set, and this is a set which if you had missed in the paper, it would be a criminal thing to do. Please look at the graphs. Typically, graphs which are big have usually simple questions, and that is what you should be looking at solving. Ravi works in an online food delivery company. After each delivery, customers rate Ravi on 4 parameters. These are the 4 parameters on a scale of 1 to 9. If the total of the 4 rating points is 25 or more, Ravi gets a bonus of 20 rupees for that delivery. Additionally, a customer may or may not give Ravi a tip. If the customer gives a tip, it is either 30 or 50 rupees. One day, Ravi made 4 deliveries, one each to ABCD, and received a total of rupees 120 in bonus and tips. He did not get a bonus and a tip from the same customer. Then we have the data given to us. Now, obviously, this is a data set in which we need to make this kind of a table: the name of the person, the rating points in each of the 4 parameters, the total rating points, and either the bonus or the tip amount, as the case might be. Okay. Now, we know out here that Ravi has received a total bonus plus tip of 120 rupees. Okay. So this is going to be 120. Now, typically before I start, I would look at the questions. And if you look at the question, it is very obvious that the answers are definite. Except in question 14, where there is a possibility of a multiple answers possibility, which means either 30, 40 or either 0, 30 or 50, whatever the case might be, which indicates there might be multiple cases, but the remaining questions, all of them are telling you clearly that this is a data set in which most probably you will complete the table. So let's start filling up the data. Okay. In timely, okay, so these are 4 people, A, B, C, D. In timeliness, Ravi received a total of 21 points. Okay. And 3 of the customers gave him same rating points in the parameter. Okay. So it is X, X, X and Y. Atal gave higher rating points than Bihari and Chirag in this parameter. So if Atal has given higher than the two of the people, that means this has to be Atal. He has to be higher than two others. Remember, the other three are the same. So if he is higher than two others, that means he'll be higher than all the other three. So Atal is the highest, let's say maximum, among the timeliness parameters. So what are the possibilities? So it is effectively 3x plus y is equal to 21. That is what it says. So what is the possibility of y? If y is 9, x will be 4. So it can be 4, 4, 4, 9. What is the other possibility? If this becomes 5, 15 plus 6. Now obviously y has to be greater than, as per the question, y has to be greater than x, because Atal has given higher rating point than B and C. So there are only two possibilities in this particular case. So that means the possibilities are 4, 4, 4, 9 or 5, 5, 5, 6. Two cases possible. And obviously this means the rating points by Atal will be either 9 or 6, which is the higher of the higher rating number. Okay. Statement 1 taken care of. Statement 2. Ravi received distinct rating points in packaging from the 4 customers, adding up to 29 points. So distinct means all 4 will be different. Now, okay, let me just complete the statement. Okay. Similarly, Ravi received distinct rating points in hygiene from 4 customers, adding up to 26 points. So hygiene is 26. Okay. So how do you get this 26 in 4 distinct rating points? Let's check out. Okay. So what is 26 by 4? Because these are 4 people, it is 6.5. So 6, 7, 5, 8. 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 will be equal to 26. This is one case possible. Can I make this 9? If this makes it 9, that means one of them will become 4. So it could be 4, 6, 7, 9 also. Okay. It cannot be more than this in any case. Can it be 4, 5, 8, 9? Yes, this is also possible. So we can see there are multiple possibilities for 26. Okay. What about 29? Let's check out 29. If I take one of them to be 9, 8, 7 and 9, 8, 7 makes it 24 plus 5, 29. Can I reduce this 5 further? No, I can't. Because if I reduce 5 further, these will have to go up, but these have to be distinct. So 7, 8 and 9 is the highest. So the only possibility here will be 9, 8, 7, 5. Similarly, can this 7 become 6? If the 7 becomes 6, 8 or 9 will have to increase, which is not possible. So there's only one case possible, 9, 8, 7, 5. So this is 5, 7, 8 and 9. 4 cases possible. These are the 4 rating points. Yeah. Yeah. And as far as 26 is concerned, multiple possibilities. So we'll just hold on with it for some time. Chirag gave the same rating points for packaging and hygiene. Chirag has given the same rating points. So if I say this is A, this is also going to be A. Yeah. Among the 4 customers, Bihari gave the highest rating point in packaging. So if you look at packaging, the person who's given the highest rating points is Bihari. Okay. Chirag gave the highest rating points in hygiene. So in hygiene, the highest is given by. Okay. So what is the possibility of the highest rating points for 26? Okay. It can be 8, it can be 9. Now let me look at this. Can it be 8 or 9? That's the first thing we need to look at. If this is 9, this will also have to be 9. But if this is 9, this will not be maximum. So 9 is not a possibility out here. Okay. Or this is going to be 8. Okay. I hope this is clear to everyone. I'll explain once again. Yeah. So if this is 9, since this and this are the same, this will also be 9. As per the question, this is as per statement 4. this is the maximum among these. So as far as packaging is concerned, the maximum number 9 will have to come here. Hence, this cannot be 9, and this also cannot be 9. If these two 9s are not possible, then this case goes away completely, this case goes away completely, and the only possibility we have is 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is going to be 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so this is going to be 8, and hence this will also be 8. Taken care of, this point also done. Everyone rated Ravi between 5 and 7 in behavior. Unique maximum and minimum rating being given by Atal and Deepak. Between 5 and 7 means 5, 6 or 7. Unique maximum by Atal. That means Atal has given 7 and no one else has given 7. And unique minimum by Deepak, that means only Deepak has given 5. That means the remaining two people have given a rating of 6 on behavior. So Atal is 7, Deepak is 5, and the other two have given 6 each. So how much does it become? 12, 12, 24 total. Okay. If the customers are ranked based on ratings given by them in individual parameters, then Atal's rank based on packaging is the same based on hygiene. What it means? What if Atal is the third highest share, Atal is third highest in hygiene also. If Atal is fourth highest or the lowest in packaging, Atal will be the lowest in packaging. And that is true even for Deepak as per the question. So both A and D have to have the same rank in packaging as well as in hygiene. Okay. So if you look at packaging, highest is B, second highest is C. That means A and D will be the third or the fourth highest. One of A and D is the third highest, the other is the fourth highest. Okay. So what does that mean? That means the second highest in hygiene will be B. This is 8 is fine, this is taken care of, that means this has to be 7. Because this has to be the third highest or the fourth highest, and similarly, third and fourth highest will be either A or D. Okay. Now, anything else? Okay. Now let's look at this way. These two gone, similarly these two gone. Okay. What is the total bonus received? 120. And this we know is 4449 or 5556. The total bonus received, let's see who has given a tip. What is the total points for B? 6, 7, 9 plus here. 9 and 7, 16 and 6, 22. Even if this is 4, the total will be greater than 25. So this will be greater than 25. So that means there will be a bonus of 20 rupees. Similarly, if you look at Chirag, 8, 8, 16 and 6, 22, even with the 4 out here, this will come out to be total greater than 25 and there will be a bonus of 20. So 40 rupees of bonus has been received. But the total bonus plus tip is 120. That means he has to get 80 rupees between these two. That means in one case he will get 30 or rupees and the other case he will get a 50 rupees. That is the only way you will get a 120 total. So it is 30 or 50 out here. So in two of them he will be given tips and two people have given him a bonus. Okay. Now, what is the situation here? It is either 5 or 6. Sorry, not 5 or 6, 5 or 7. Let me just erase the things which are not required. I think everything is fine right now. Okay, I think we can leave it as it is. Yeah. So if this is 5, this will be 7. And if this is 7, this will be 5. So two possibilities out here. Okay. Similarly, if you look at if this is 5, that means this is the lowest. This will also be 5. Okay. And if this is 5, this Deepak will be 6. Similarly, if Atal is going to be 7 in packaging, that means he should be 6 in hygiene. And Deepak should be 5 points in hygiene. Now again, let's look at this scenario. Okay, the possibilities for Atal is either 9 or 6. This is either 6 or 9. Which one is possible? Let's see. What is the total points he'll get in the worst case? 7, 5, 5. 7 plus 5, 12 and 5, 17. 17 and 6, 23. So no bonus, which is fine because we know here there will be a tip, not a bonus. Okay. What if this is 9? 7, 5, 5, 5, 5, 10 and 7, 17 and 9 will come 26. So that means if this is 9, the total will be greater than 25 and hence there will be a case of tip, not a bonus. Sorry, there will be a case of bonus, not a tip. But we know that the total has, that means this total has to be less than 25. If this total has to be less than 25, 9 is not a possibility. Okay, that means this has to be 6, 5, 5 and 5. Okay, similarly, if you look at the other one, 5, 5, 5, 5, 10, 10, and even if you have 7 plus 6, 13, 23, it will be less than 25. Okay. Let's go and look at the questions, and if required, we can always come back and look at doing something more. What is the minimum rating that Ravi receives from any customer in any parameter? What is the minimum rating out here? 5. Ravi has received, okay, this case is gone. So the minimum rating received by Ravi in any parameter from any of the customers is 5 points. Question 12. The complete list of customers who gave maximum total rating points to Ravi. Okay. So rating points to Ravi maximum. These A and D are less than 25, so we need not worry. What is the total for B? 6 plus 7, 13. 13 plus 4, 7 plus 6, 13. 13 plus 14, 27. This is 27. And what about Chirag? 8 plus 5, 8 and 8, 16. 16 and 11, 27. This is also 27. So both B and C have given a total or the highest points, and which is 27 to Ravi. What rating did Atal give on timeliness? Atal on timeliness is 6 points. Okay. What best can be concluded about the tip amount given by Deepak? Okay, Deepak has given a tip amount, so it is going to be either 30 or 50. We don't know exactly which one. So it is either 30 or 50. In which parameter did Atal give the maximum rating points to Ravi? In which parameter did Atal give the maximum rating points to Ravi? Okay, we'll come back because there is a case which we need to resolve. There's a possibility of 7 in both of them. And what rating did Deepak give on packaging? What rating did Deepak give on packaging? Deepak on packaging. Okay, so these two questions we need to resolve. Okay, let me just erase some of the stuff to make our life a little simpler. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we know this can be, both of them have to have the same ranking. So if I say Atal is going to be at the bottom, that means it will be 5 here and 5 here, and then that will be 7 and 6. Okay, that is one scenario. What does it become? 5 plus 5, 10, 10 and 7, 17 and 6, 23. It satisfies. Supposing I had done it the other way, which means instead of 5 and 5, Atal being the lowest, supposing I make it the second lowest, that means this should be 7 and this should be 6. What does the total become? 7 and 6, 13, 13, 7, 20 and 6, 26. That means the total becomes greater than 25, in which case he will get a tip, he will get a bonus, not a tip. So this case is completely eliminated, which means Atal was the lowest. Atal was 4th highest in packaging and in hygiene, while Deepak was the third highest in packaging and in hygiene. Okay. So Atal has to be 5 and 5, while Deepak has to be 7 and 6. Okay. So what is the highest that Atal has given? 7 points. On which parameter did Atal give the maximum rating points to Ravi, which was that parameter? Behavior. Atal has given 7 points in behavior. This one. And what rating did Deepak give on packaging? Deepak on packaging is going to be again 7 points. Okay, so that completes this particular set. Okay, now this set of tournaments. Game of Chango is a game where two people play against each other. One of them wins and other loses. That means there are no drawn Chango games. 12 players participated in a Chango championship. They were divided into 4 groups. Group A, B, C and D, each consisting of 3 players each. Players within each group had a distinct rank going into the championship. The players have not been listed necessarily according to their ranks. In the group stage of the game, the second and the third ranked players play against each other, and the winner of that game plays against the first ranked player of the group. The winner of the second game is considered winner of the group and enters the semi-final. The winners of group A and B play against each other in one semi-final, while winners from group C and D play against each other in the other semi-final, and winner of the 2 semi-finals play against each other to decide the winner of the championship. So what happens typically is rank 2 and rank 3 of a group will play against each other, and whoever is the winner of this will play against the rank 1 of the group, and the winner of this will go to the next round to play in the semi-final. Okay, so this is the basic schema which is there. If you look at the amount of data given, it's only 3 statements. Okay, it is only 3 statements which have been given, but the third statement is the longest thing, so hopefully you'll have multiple pieces of information. And this kind of a data typically look at the questions and yes, if required, make a small table also. Okay, who among the following was definitely not ranked first in his or her group? Which of the following players must have played? Definite answer. Who won the championship? All for definite answer. So we should be able to solve it completely. Statement 1. Chitra did not win the championship. Statement 2. Aruna did not play against Arif Dejan again. Okay, but before that, let me just be clear. Group 1, all A's. Group 2 or Group B, all B's. Group C, all C's, and Group D, all D's. Okay. Now, Aruna did not play against Arif. Aruna and Arif did not play. This did not happen. Okay. Brij did not play against Brinda. Brij and Brinda did not play. Okay. Aruna, Biju, Chitra and Dipen played 3 games each. Aruna, Biju, Chitra and Dipen played 3 games each. Azul and Chetan played 2 games each. Azul and Chetan. Azul has played 2 games, and whereas Chetan, he's also played 2 games. And remaining players played 1 game each. Now, if you look at the schema, there are 2 combinations emerging. In one of them, one player in each of the 4 groups, in 2 groups, one player has won 3, another 2, and the third player 1 game. Same thing is in group C also. Similarly, look at group B and D, 1-1-3, 3-1-1. So there are 2 combinations coming. One player in each of the groups, one player winning 3, another 1, another 1. To me, the critical is 2 players of the group have played only 1 game. Now look at this way. Rank 1 will not play the first game. Rank 2 and rank 3 will play. And the winner of this will play against rank 1. Now, if that means 2 players have played only 1 game, 2 players have played only 1 game, what does that mean? Let me assume this person lost and rank 3 came here. Okay. So, if rank 3 loses, the rank 3 would have played 2 games, but in the 3-1-1 situation, that is not possible. That means the rank 1 will lose. That means in 3-1-1 situation, the rank 1 is losing. But now, who is rank 1 out of these 2? We don't know. Similarly, out here, out of these 2, one of them has to be rank 1. We don't know who it is. So rank 1 has lost it should be obvious to us when we look at these two, group B and group D. Now let's look at the other one, 3 to 1. Okay, again rank 2, rank 3, there's a winner, and there's a who will play against rank 1, and one of them will again win and move on to the next round. Okay. Now, if one player has played one game, another 2, another 3, what does that mean? Obviously, that means one of these has lost one game. Okay. The person who's moved from here to here, let's say the winner, first game here, second game here, lost out of. That means in such a scenario, rank 1 would be moving to the next round. That is what could have happened. Okay. That the rank 1 person has played 3 games. Okay. That could be one situation, right? Any other situation possible? Yes, let's say rank 2, rank 3, and there's a winner, and rank 1. Now, again, wins here, rank 2 comes here. If this person loses, what would happen? Again, 1-1. Okay. So the situation is going to be in a 3-1 scenario. In a 3-1 scenario, the rank 1 person will move to the next round. Okay. So what is happening here? In this case, let's say Aruna wins against. Okay, let me look at the situation for the group A. The first match would be between Azul and Arif. Who will win? Arif has played only one game, so Arif will lose and Azul will move and play with Aruna. So Arif has played one game, Azul has played 2 games now, so he will lose out. So Aruna has played one game with Azul, and what does it mean? She moves to the next round, the semi-final, and would win because she has to play 3 games. This is first game, then she will have a semi-final, and then we'll have a final. So 3 games for her. Okay. So I hope this clears the concept. Now let me erase the table data and just write down again what we have. This is group A, group B, group C, and D. Okay, let me make it this way. Yeah. Chitra did not win the championship. Aruna did not play against Arif. And Brij did not play against Brinda. Okay. Aruna, Biju, Chitra, and Deepen. Aruna played 3 games. Biju played 3 games. Chitra played 3 games, and Deepen played 3 games. Okay. Azul and Chetan played 2 games each. Azul has played 2, Chetan has played 2 games each. And the remaining players played 1 game each. Okay. Who will come out here? Obviously, Aruna. As explained earlier, Aruna will be the winner. Arif has to be the third, either rank 2 or 3 player. Arif lost the first match after playing with Azul. Azul won, met Aruna, second match lost. So Aruna first game with Azul, second game would be with the winner of, and this is going to be Biju. Why Biju? Because first match lost here, first match for each of them lost. They play 1 game in the group and lose. So Biju has already played 2 games here. Biju cannot be the number 1 rank, as I had explained earlier. So Biju has defeated both Brinda and Brij, and hence Biju has come here. So how many games have Biju played already? 2 games out here. So Biju has played 2 games out here. Aruna has played 1 game out here. Second game for Aruna will be between Biju. So this will be Aruna's second game. And since she has to play 3 games, she will move on to the final. Okay. Similarly, if you look at the bottom half, C and D, the person who will move from group D is going to be Deepen. And by the same logic as earlier, Chitra will move from here. Okay. Now, how many games has Deepen played already? He's played 1 against Deb and 1 against Donna. So 2 games he's already played within the group. So this will be the third game. That means after this third game, Deepen will lose. And who will move to the final? Chitra. As per statement 1, Chitra did not win the championship. So between Aruna and Chitra, who's going to win the championship? Aruna, because Chitra has not won the championship. Okay, so now let's look at the questions. Who among the following was definitely not ranked first in his or her group? Question 17, who was not ranked first in the group? In the 3-1-1 scenario, remember, Deepen was not ranked first in the group. Okay, so Deepen was definitely not ranked first in the group. Okay, and just to be clear, Aruna was ranked first in the group. What about Chitra and Bridge? Chitra again 3-1 has to be ranked 1 in the group. And Biju was definitely not ranked. Either Brinda or Bridge was ranked number 1. And the question is definitely not ranked first. So which is a Deepen? Which of the following players must have played against each other in the championship? Who must have definitely played? Deb and Donna. Deb and Donna, if they had played with each other, what does that mean? One of them would have won and would have gone to win the next match. So would have gone to play the next match or would have played 2 matches. So if Deb and Donna, both of them have played 1 match each, that means neither of them have played against each other. So this cannot be the answer. Azul and Biju. Azul has not moved to the next round. Biju has. So Azul and Biju cannot be playing against each other. Donna and Chetan. Donna is here, lost the first match. Chetan is here, does not move to the next round. So Donna, Chetan is also out. Chitra and Deepen is the obvious answer. They played in the semi-final. Who won the championship? Obviously, Aruna has won the championship. Question 20. Who among the following did not play against Chitra in the championship? Did not play against Chitra in the championship. Deepa and Deepen has played with Chitra. Biju and Chitra cannot play because Biju lost to Aruna and then Aruna moved to the next round to meet Chitra. So Chitra and Biju have not played against each other. Okay, so that completes this particular set, and I'm sure you'll realize that tournament questions are not as difficult many a times as they look like.